Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Paul Cheek. Yeah, welcome. All right.
Let's go. We've been talking a lot about the 30-minute startup, the ability to create a new company from scratch in just 30 minutes. We've now seen that this is possible. Will it be perfect? No, of course not. But it sets a really strong foundation, and this is what we're seeing in the new AI-driven enterprise model, something that I believe is incredibly important for entrepreneurs, as well as for those large established legacy organizations that ultimately leads to economic development and growth. I would argue that this AI-driven enterprise model, we always talk about companies as being small, medium enterprises that scale linearly, or we talk about innovation-driven enterprises. Think about those scalable tech companies. Those companies, yeah, they're wonderful, but they require a lot of upfront risk capital. What we're seeing is that these AI-driven enterprises, they can start and scale in much less time, with far fewer resources, with less headcount. That's really powerful. The challenge that it presents is for the established legacy organization is around latency. Latency is the key topic in my new book, No One Works Here. Now, the latency is how long it takes you to schedule a meeting to kick off a project. While you're kicking off that project, the entrepreneurs of tomorrow, some of whom are on this stage, are starting and scaling in less time than we've ever imagined before. What that means is that we need to adopt that into our organization. But it starts by looking at how we can reorient the organization to move faster, to get things done more quickly. I've said the word organization a few times. I'd ask you, what's the definition of an organization? If we open the dictionary, it's been defined historically as a group of people working with a common purpose in an organized way. But the reality is, the most inefficient part of every organization? It's you and I. It's the people. So I propose replacing that word in the definition, people, with nodes, representing either humans or AI agents, working together. But the speed at which we operate, that is the most important thing for businesses today. But what I would also say is there's a wonderful economic opportunity to spur the creation of far more AI-driven enterprises. I always look to companies like Nokia in Finland. Companies like Nokia created phenomenal economic growth in the region. They created a lot of jobs, which is something that when we look at economic development, we're usually evaluating. But now when I look at Nokia, Nokia had huge wins and did phenomenally well. But of course, over the course of time, any organization starts to falter. And when we look at that, we see a lot of job creation, but then a lot of job loss. And I see the potential for something similar to happen now with Novo Nordisk in Denmark. So what I'm a proponent of is creating the opportunity for more people to pursue entrepreneurship in a region where they can apply this AI-driven enterprise model requiring less upfront risk capital and less headcount to go and create these organizations that start and scale rapidly. When that happens, we create smaller companies with fewer jobs per company, but more organizations that have the potential to have that same level of impact. And that is what I would propose to you all. How can you create an environment here in Bergen, in Norway, in which more people can pursue AI-driven entrepreneurship?